Welcome to my Nanowrimo planning, goal setting, whatever you want to call it. This is a little bit of a different video for me, and I'm hoping that there's a little bit of a shadow here, but hopefully that's not too annoying. I'm basically just going to walk you through how I'm planning out my month, what I'm taking into account, and how I'm setting up my word count goals as a person who works full-time at another job and has other obligations. So the very first thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is just mark the days where I think it's going to be more difficult to write a large number of words. For sure, the 6th and the 10th, we're actually going on vacation from the 6th to the 10th. We're going to Florida, and it's actually kind of like a little bit of a relaxing / for me, a writing retreat vacation. So I'm definitely gonna have time to write on the vacation, but since we're driving, these 2 days might be kind of sketchy. I might be able to write a little bit before and after, I don't know. But for right now, I'm just gonna assume that those are gonna be very low word count days. Now, for me, because I work full-time Monday through Friday, I'm just gonna go ahead and mark the days where I feel like I'm gonna be able to write more words than normal, more words than I would on other days, which essentially ends up being days off from work and weekends. So you could just see I'm putting a little heart or whatever, check mark, I don't know what you want to call that, on the days where I think I'm going to be able to write excessive numbers. So what I've done in the past is planned to, on those days, have a heavy word count day, just planned ahead and set goals to make myself like a little writing retreat. Here's what I'll do. And I will have a goal to like get ahead here, and then here I will have a chance to catch up. That means that these other days, I don't have to be so diligent when I'm already working and sitting at a computer all day, and the last thing I want to do is sit down and then write more words. So that is kind of like just the basic of just reminders to myself, don't plan for too much here. And then now I need to like sit down and kind of calculate how many words on each of the days I want to try to shoot for. Now, as I'm sure you know, the standard for Nanowrimo daily word count is something like 1,667 or something like that, 1,666, whatever it amounts to be. It's basically 50,000 words divided by 30. However, I will just say up front that I am hoping to write 60,000 words during the month of November. That is my goal, so that's what I'm going to set my word count goal based upon. And based on that goal of 60,000 words for the month of November, that would mean 2,000 words per day. Now, I already know I am not going to hit 2,000 words on these 2 days. I'm going to say that I'm just going to say those 2 days are going to be days off. I'm just going to say I'm not going to write. If I do end up writing on those days, that's awesome. That's amazing. Whatever those days are, that just gets me ahead, gets me closer to that goal of 60,000. Now, just looking at my calendar, I can see that I have roughly the same number of days where I'll be able to do extra writing in the first half of the month as I do in the second half of the month. So the way I'm planning that is basically by the 15th of the month, since I have roughly the same number of days, I do have one less possible writing day, but I also just don't really count this 30th because the last thing I want to do is be trying to quickly finish on the 30th. So if you just say roughly half, that means by the 15th, I want to have hit 30,000 words. So that's my goal by the 15th. So just looking at this immediately kind of like makes me so nervous. Then I start to realize how many words exactly 50 to 60,000 words are. It is so many. So if you look at this and you think about dividing that out, that would mean like 10,000 words by the 5th, 20,000 by the 10th. I do not believe that I could get 10,000 words by the 5th. I feel like that's a lot. However, if I base this on the 2,000 words a day, that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 for sure. I don't know why I just did that math, because hello, duh, of course I already knew that. But if I kind of scale that back and think, I'm gonna push some of those words onto one of these days, where on one of these days, I'm definitely gonna get more. So if I think about the fact that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days where I'm gonna get more than 2,000 words, I feel strongly that I can get at least 3,000 to 4,000 words on each of those days. So I'll say 3,500 words for those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So in just those few days, I'm gonna get 17,500 of the words. So just in those 5 days, I'm gonna get more than half of this. The reason I'm telling you all this is because I'm trying to show you my thought process as someone who also works another full-time job, just that this is possible to do. You just really have to pay attention to your own time management. If I know that I can write about 3,500 words on these extra days, then I'm just gonna plan that and then know that I can write slightly less words on the other days. So if I'm planning on writing 3,500 words on these heart days, then I do need to just figure out how many words per day I would need to write on the other days. So I did the math, and on those 8 other days, because again, I didn't count these, I would need to write about 1,563 words. So if I just base this on writing 1,500 words, essentially, knowing that I can probably pick up those other words maybe on these days, well, I guess I better, just to be safe, base it on the 1,560. So if I say 1,560 for these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, that's gonna put me at, and hopefully nobody will double check my math, because who knows if I'm right or not. I think that's right. 7,800 words here. And then I am counting on having extra words on these days again. Remember, I'm going to try to do 3,500 words on these days. So on those 3 days, I would have gotten about 10,500 words, because I'm going to do 3,500 words a day. So add that to that, and that gives me about, what, 18300, 18,300 words. So that puts me on track for that. And then here, I'm going to have an extra, these will be 1,550 right here. So between the 1,550 and the 18,300, I think that is 21,400, I think, if I added that right. I can always go back and double check the math after. This is just to give you an idea. So as you can see, I'm just like adding up the number of words per day. So if I'm saying on here, I'm doing 1,550, and then same. So I can write these in here if I need to. Write this in here as in this is what I need to be at that day. Each of these days, oops, I missed a 1,550, and then these days would be 3,500. I know what you're thinking. This actually puts us a little bit behind the 60,000 goal, but it's definitely going to put me at the 50,000 goal. All right, so right here I'm left at 21,400, and I have 2 3,500 word days. So that is 7,000 words. I don't know why I had a second there where I didn't know how to add that in my head. So that would put me right here at 28,400. Okay, so I just quickly filled in these as reminders to myself and kind of did the math, and this would leave 1,600 to get to 30,000 that day. So that's not too bad at all. So here again, I'm going to assume that I'm going to write about 1,550 on each of these days as well. So if I do 1,550 on each of these days, that gives me an additional 6,200 words on top of this. So that's going to bring me to 36,200. I never said that numbers were my thing. Although actually I'm not too bad at math, but okay. And then I'm switching back to my 3,500 days. So with 2 3,500 word days, that's going to put me at a total of 43,200. All right, so if I assume that these 3 days are each going to be 1,550 again, that is an additional 4,650, which added on to this, the dog, is 47,850. All right, so as you can see, I'm already like probably, that 1 day from the 50,000. So if I'm going to do 3,500 words on all these days, right here, those days right there would give me 14,000 words, and this would put me at 61,850, which would mean I don't have to write either one of these days, and I'm already over the count. So anyway, this is basically how I plan this out. If you wanted to do this for 50,000 words, you would do this the same way. You're just going to do the math in reverse for whichever way you do it. First, mark your days that you don't think you're going to write. And I always kind of just like, I would plan to leave this, even though I didn't mark it. I think you should, because that could be a catch-up day if you needed it to. And for me, I lucked out and have an extra catch-up day. So basically for me, I left those because if I can't write some other day or I just fall behind, and I don't know why I write 1,500 here, it's supposed to be 1,550, but anyway, this basically shows me each day how many words I'm targeting that day to write. And then occasionally I am filling in basically where I would like to be at that point. So I did print out another blank calendar, and I'm probably going to try to keep track on there. I'm not very good at that, but I am going to try. So I hope this makes sense, and I hope this helps some of you figure out how you could work out your schedule, what people are talking about when they say like planning days off or planning when you can write more. And yeah, so thanks for watching. As always, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content. Bye.